So just the 6 starters to go around in the penultimate heat race of this year's Super Sedan State title. It's originally meant to be Phil Barton and Darren Larson on the front row. Phil Barton out for the night, and Darren Larson hasn't made the call for heat race number 5, so it's going to be Rob Knox, who finished 3rd 2 years ago at Albany and 4th last year at Bunbury. Looking for some big points here in his final qualifying heat tonight in the Dominator chassis, car number 68. Mount Barker's Dean Trotter on his outside, so an all Mount Barker front row. Tristan Green, he's had a heat win tonight, as has Kemble Waylett from the 2nd row. And from row 3, 2 drivers from the metropolitan area for Demon Race Car Fiberglass, Steve Schofield, and the 96 of Steve Larson. 6 starters, 10 laps ahead of us, heat race number 5.
Yeah, we're meant to have the front row, but they're missing a Phil Barton and Darren Larson, so we're set with our 6 cars for our 10-lap journey. Can this one go start to finish? Rob Knox would love to have it as well happen. Our quickest in practice earlier today has got off to a very convincing lead over Tristan Green, who could see himself on the front row if he has a good run in heat race number 5, as there's Phil Schofield, who's having trouble trying to get the 22 to sit at bay. He runs high and allows Kemble Waylett to look to the inside of the 22 machine as, Rob Knox, he is all out of noise in the 68 machine, and Tristan Green is our new race leader. Knox is slowing. He can go to the infield, but he refused not to, and we'll have ourselves a yellow. Out of Mount Barker, leaving just 5 cars remaining, and 8 laps still on the board here in heat race number 5. Yeah, 1 lap done in this one so far. It's Tristan Green looking to be our only 2-time winner so far tonight. From Steve Schofield, Kemble Waylett, Dean Trotter, and Steve Larson. If this is a heat to win for Tristan, this is the one where you want to get 36 points. 9 laps remaining in this one. And we're underway again with a TNR Green mechanical Toyota powered machine leading the way, as Schofield was all out of shape, allowing Waylett to get to the inside, and Waylett now to 2nd place. And now could Waylett upset car number 6 of Tristan Green's quest for 2 wins in this one? He fires away. The lead is 0.7 of a second, as Waylett had his quickest lap of the race that time around. Tristan Green, though, was quicker that time by. So it's Green, Waylett, Schofield, Dean Trotter, and Steve Larson this time around with 7 laps remaining. The quickest lap of the race that time was done by Tristan Green with a 19.578 by car number 6, the only non-V8 car in the field, and he could be the one that leads us to Green tonight. So he won his 2nd round of heats in heat race number 1 for himself. Tristan Green finished 4th place, so 2 wins and a 4th is where he's looking to be as he runs in this one at the moment. But Kemble Waylett now is on the back bumper. A horrible lap that time around for Tristan Green, and he's actually leaving the door open wide enough that Waylett is allowed to look through and see something happen. He's still quicker, and the gap has now fallen to under half a second as 0.475 between Green and Waylett, as the pair of them will continue to fight on their merry way. You can see that the 6 machine is just leaving enough room off the corner entry that Kemble Waylett could make a dive for the entry. But Waylett has been doing this for quite some time. He knows he just needs the points. We don't pay out in the heat races. It's the feature time when it all comes to fruition. And for Tristan Green to continue this, he may be our leader. Green now has opened it back to over half a second. It's 0.6 exactly between 1st and 2nd. As then Schofield runs in 3rd place with Dean Trotter and Steve Larson rounding out your field. And the 2nd to last heat race of the Super Sedans. 2 to go though for Schofield. For Green. Over Waylett, Schofield, who runs in 3rd place, Trotter and Larson. Those 2 as well in 4th and 5th are in their own little battle as well. Trotter now actually pulling away from Steve Larson, as Tristan Green, with 1 to go, has made it now to 0.8 of a second between himself and Waylett. It's sort of all said and done in this one with 2 corners left to run. Half a second may have been worthwhile for Waylett, but it's opened just a little bit too much for himself. And Tristan Green will win 2 heat races of the state championship. He'll win heat number 5 Second place with that of Campbell Aylett. Back to Steve Schofield, Dean Trotter, and Steve Larson. The way they'll run. One car failing to make the finish. That was Rob Knox, who retired after one lap, with Phil Barton and Darren Larson non-starters in that one. No all-up time for the 10 laps due to the stoppage. The winning margin was .920, and Tristan Green had the quickest lap of the race. Alan Small with a 15.578.
Just done a quick calculation in my head. 2 wins and a 4th for Tristan Green gives him 89 points. And what's a fairly low-scoring affair. Be interested to see what Lee Aylett and in particular Gary Higgs do in their final heat in a few moments' time. But Tristan Green potentially, we'll just go and double-check next door with our officials team what needs to happen in this final heat. But Tristan Green potentially could be on the front row for tonight's 40-lap final.